We're at Christopher's World Grill with Christopher Lampo, and these are the type of recipes I really like doing because we're going to roll it back now into the comfort food zone, as I call it.
Absolutely.
This is Memphis style fried chicken.
Right. Now, what we grew up on, probably you and I grew up on, was more of like the church's style fried chicken, you know, nice cold. Well, being in the SEC, we've traveled quite a bit to see some of these games, and we try to go to like a southern restaurant as much as we can. And one of the things we ran across was like Gus's fried chicken in Memphis, and I just fell in love with it. It's spicy, and it doesn't have that crunch. This is a little bit different. It uses almost a batter to fry it in. I'm going to show you how we cut up a chicken. And one thing that you want to do is go in here, and I cut along the backbone there. Take out the backbone like that. But then we just want to cut down the middle here of the breast like that. So now you have two half chickens. I'm going to show you here there's a natural separation between the breast and the leg. We just want to cut along that separation. Now let me show you about the thigh and the leg. I want you to see this right here. There's a little vein of fat that runs right there. That's right where you cut to separate the leg from the thigh. Real easy. Now when you're cutting your breast, you always want to leave a little bit of meat from that breast onto the wing. Cut through that bone, and that's a wing with a nice healthy piece of meat on there. Now we're going to start our marinade, our batter for our Memphis fried chicken. I start off with a cup of buttermilk, tablespoon plus a teaspoon of paprika, got a teaspoon and a half of cayenne pepper, got a teaspoon of black pepper, teaspoon of granulated garlic powder, onion powder, that's a teaspoon of each of those, got a teaspoon of sugar here, got a half teaspoon of white pepper. So lots of spices in here, but it really does make a great batter. And then I've got 2 teaspoons of salt, all right, and 2 teaspoons of Tabasco. Actually, this is Louisiana hot sauce. It's even better. It's a little bit thicker. Okay, I'm just going to mix this around just a little bit. And then what we're going to add, this is 3/4 of a cup of cornstarch. Okay, makes a nice crispy crust. And this is 1/4 of a cup of flour. Looks a little bit thick, but as some of the water is released from the chicken after you add the salt to it, it really does thin out to the right consistency. Now our batter is really well mixed, and I'm going to pour this over our cut chicken. Then I'm going to really mix this around, and then you want to cover this. I'm using Tupperware here. That's what I use at home, and I thought you might also. So we'll put that in the fridge and just let that sit for about 24 hours. Now, this is our chicken after 24 hours. It's been in the batter. I stirred it one time. Now here's the trick. When you're doing fried chicken, you never want to cook it cold right out of the refrigerator. Let it sit, come to room temperature. I'm going to take this chicken just with my hands, make sure the skin is properly laid out, but I want to get a little bit of a batter on it, just to touch it in that batter a little bit. And I'm going to hang it in this fryer until it starts to partially cook, because I don't want it to stick to the basket. I'm going to put it bone side down so there's the least stickage as possible. Now this fryer is at 300 degrees. Dip it in that batter real good. Drip off the excess. And just let that get going. And you want to start your timer for 12 minutes. Okay, so now this is at 12 minutes. You can see how dark that is. It looks really dark, fresh out. But now I always try to put it on a rack or something like that. But right now I just have a little drip through pan a little bit. I guess we should be civilized and try this with a fork and a knife. Or
yeah, probably so.
Or you can pick up that leg and just have a bite out of it.
You know, whatever you think, Chris.
Have a bite of it.
Come on.
Just right there. It's got a little skin.
We're among friends.
Get into that chicken a little bit. So it's nice and spicy. It's got a little crunch to it.
You know, that is really good.
And you're going to need a napkin with that.
Yeah, and I will tell you, no offense, this ain't your grandmother's chicken now.
Good fried chicken, and not bad for a Sicilian.
No, not bad at all. That's right.
So it took a little research, but we came pretty close to what the type of Memphis fried chicken that we like.
I got to say, what a fun research project that must have been.
I tell you what, it's a rough on the waistline, but it's a good research.
Memphis-style fried chicken, and we've got this incredible recipe. Trust me when I tell you, you're going to want to try this. That is some tastiness right there. It's at kbtx.com. Just click on the drop-down menu to find Christopher's Kitchen. We'll have the recipe for this and much more right there, the Memphis-style fried chicken. Thanks for joining us this morning for Chef Christopher Lampo. I'm Mike Wright.